So you're heading to National Conference this year and you're ready to make a difference, but you don't know where to start. Well, here's your chance in this special edition National Conference video update. Resolution Writing 101. Let's start at the beginning. Resolutions are the way that student voices get heard by the AAFP. Think about it. If we all just talked, it could get pretty confusing. We're over 20,000 strong within the AAFP. That's a lot of voices. That's why students come together every year at National Conference to unify our thoughts and ideas during the Student Congress. Resolutions are the Student Congress's way of prioritizing student issues and topics within the organization. There are lots of big issues out there, and med students love to solve problems. So what should you write about, and how do you tackle those big topics? Make sure that your resolution is able to be addressed by the organization. We all want world peace, but the AAFP can't solve that problem alone. Resolutions can be broken down into three main areas of action. You can ask the organization to create policy, create a program, or you can give a directive. So be specific on what you want. Anyone at National Conference can submit or co-sponsor a resolution, and students often work together in groups to draw upon each other's experiences and knowledge. Anyone can also testify in favor or against a resolution at the reference committee hearings or at the Student Congress itself. After the hearing, the resolutions are then passed to a reference committee. The reference committee is a group of members that do research and debate on the merits of a resolution. They will then make a recommendation on what action should be taken. They can recommend 4 types of action: adopt, adopt with substitute resolution, reaffirm, or not adopt. After the reference committee recommendations come back, the real fun begins. When you submit your resolution, it's grouped sort of arbitrarily into a block of resolutions called a consent calendar. The reference committee decisions are added to the consent calendar, and the Student Congress votes on whether to accept or reject that block of resolutions, as per the recommendations of the committee. Any student present can extract a resolution for further discussion or modification if they disagree with the committee's recommendation. There are a whole bunch of rules for that, which you'll learn about when you get there. It's called parliamentary procedure, and the parliamentarian will keep us all in line. After the discussion, any and all students present are allowed to vote on the resolutions. At the end of the day, all of the resolutions will have had the opportunity to be vetted by the entire Student Congress, and you'll have had a chance to speak on behalf of the issues you're passionate about. There are 3 parts to a resolution: the title, the whereas clauses, and the resolved clause. The title is, well, a title, and that's all I have to say about that. The whereas clauses are a series of justifications that explain the background and the need for such a resolution. Then the resolved clause is a standalone statement of exactly what you want. For example, whereas the FMIG regional coordinators are all super cool, and whereas they help to connect hundreds of students across the country with opportunities, scholarships, and other resources, and whereas the regional coordinators have lots of important jobs at National Conference, be it resolved that all regional coordinators will be awarded a unicorn at National Conference for ease of transportation. You can have as many whereas clauses as you want, and you can have more than one resolved clause, but all your resolved clauses should be related to each other and to your whereas clauses. The whereas clauses are your opportunity to make your case to the reference committee and the Student Congress. Ideally, some of them will be backed up by outside sources, and all of them should be relevant and based in reality. The resolved clause needs to be specific, and also should be based within the realm of possibility. After your resolution passes, the resolved clause gets separated from the whereases and added to the consent calendar. So there you have it. That's resolution writing in a nutshell. Check out the AAFP's Student Congress website to see real past resolutions and start talking to your friends about things that might make good resolutions. The next best thing you can do is to show up to the resolution writing session and join forces with your fellow students. We'll have experienced members there to help out with the nitty-gritty. Like I said before, we're 20,000 strong in the AAFP, and it's up to each and every one of us to get involved. See you there.